In this video, we'll be taking a quick look at this adult electric scooter from GuduDobu. They did provide a sample for review, but as always the review will still be honest and it does not affect our opinion in any way. So this is everything that we get in the box. As you can see, the scooter does come partially disassembled, but it's pretty easy to assemble. You just need to connect a couple wires, attach the handlebar, and then screw in a few screws, and then you're pretty much good to go. So definitely not too bad at all, and included we also do get a charger and the user manual. Looking at the scooter itself, you can see it's a pretty nice design. It's a kind of dark green color with the logo SQ flower written in white on the front pole. We do have a drum brake for the front brake and an e-brake for the back one, as well as some reflectors situated around the scooter. On the front left side, we have a kickstand, which you can deploy when you're not using the scooter, and it will allow it to stand up straight. We do have a front headlight, and then on the top we have the throttle, brake, and a little bell to alert people that you're going to pass. As you can see, the front headlight is very bright, but it's also very focused. I do wish it was a bit wider just so it could kind of show more as you're riding, but I do think it still does a pretty good job of showing what's in your path. The back tail light glows bright red to help with safety, and both the headlight and tail light can be turned off to help save on battery. As with most electric scooters, it does compact down, so you can just fold the top bar down and it clips into the back part. And this allows for easy storage or also carrying it. So it does weigh just over 30 pounds, which makes it pretty easy to take onto the bus, or if you're going into a mall or something like that, then you can just kind of carry it around and then keep it next to you. So it might be a bit heavy, but I think it's pretty manageable for most people. One of my first complaints would be the location of this charging port. It is kind of located behind the kickstand, but it's pretty hard to see without actually being on your hands and knees and kind of looking under the scooter. I wish it was positioned on the back or on the pole or something like that. So overall, it's just pretty hard to see and pretty hard to connect the charging cable each time. Charging port aside, once it's all charged up, you can just turn it on by holding this power button. We have a nice display with the speed and the battery level. Speaking of speed, it does accelerate quite quickly. It has a 500 watt motor with a 19 miles per hour top speed, but I feel like it reaches that top speed pretty quickly, as you can see here in this video. It almost goes uncomfortably fast on a flat surface, so it's definitely a good thing if you're wanting to, get somewhere fast or something. But again, on a flat surface, it definitely goes very fast, and it feels like it reaches that top speed pretty quickly. Going up hills is a different story. It creeps very, very slowly. I mean, it gets you to the top of the hill, and if you kick, it does give it quite a boost, and that helps a lot. But if you weigh maybe over 185 pounds, I would say you should expect to just use this on a flat surface to really get any performance out of it. It is kind of to be expected given it only has a 500 watt motor. And again, on a flat surface, it is pretty fast and it does have a pretty good acceleration rate. But even on a moderate hill, it's pretty painfully slow, and it most likely will require you putting your foot down to help boost the scooter. The ride comfort, however, is great. It has a really good suspension and these big 10-inch tires, so even riding on grass or something like that, it's very capable and feels very comfortable. In terms of battery life, they claim 22 miles of range. I was getting a bit more than half of that, however I was using it on the kind of sport mode the entire time, so that's on that full 500 watt mode. I'm going to assume that if you use it on the slower, the more eco mode, then it will get closer to that 22 miles of range. Haven't had the chance to test that, but again, I think putting it on the faster mode is of course going to consume more battery. That acceleration is going to be quicker and the top speed is going to be quicker. So I'm still pretty happy getting around 12 or 13 miles of range on that higher speed mode. I was pretty happy with the braking power as well. As I said earlier, the front wheel is a drum brake and the back wheel is an e-brake. I did find it was pretty easy to brake and pretty easy to control the stop without it being too abrupt and launching off the scooter or anything like that. So I definitely felt pretty safe with the brakes. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the scooter. Some of the smallest complaints are the things I mentioned already. The charging port is very annoying. It's very difficult to find it and plug it in and everything without literally getting on your hands and knees and looking under the scooter. So I wish that was placed a bit differently. I also wish it could go up hills a little bit better, but of course, given the size of the motor, that's kind of to be expected. And if you do put your foot down and kind of give it a little kick, it does help it significantly. So that's not too big of a deal. Another feature I do wish it had is some kind of security. Technically, there is a mobile app where you can actually lock the scooter and do all that, but I think it's a bit annoying to have to do that separately in a mobile app. I wish there was some way to have a physical lock, maybe a key or something like that, or even a certain code you need to type in, or a certain way to push the button. I don't know. Even if it just included a bike lock or something similar, it'd be nice to have some sort of security. I suppose you can buy your own lock and then you'll be able to lock it up and such, but it'd be cool to have some sort of security built into the scooter itself without having to rely on a mobile app. However, despite those things, I do think it's a pretty solid scooter overall. It does accelerate very quickly on flat ground. I think it looks very good. It has a very bright headlight and tail light, so it has all the kind of safety features you'd need. It has a pretty good top speed and range and all of that. So I do think it's a pretty solid and reliable scooter overall. There are a couple features I think it's missing, as I mentioned, but overall I'm still very happy with it.